Actually, I had some connection issues, so I'm late.
No, no, not a problem, not a problem. Okay, so can we start with the third session? Right. Today's topic is very interesting, and with being interesting, it has a lot many aspects to encompass under the cloud of employability and communication for employability. Okay, so there are multiple things that will come under this aspect. We'll discuss the basic first and then we'll move on to. I'll try my level best to encompass all of those sections over here in today's class, right? So let's start. Is the screen visible to you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So communication for employability, right? Why communication is one of the employability skills, and why do we require it to be learned or to be mastered? Because communication is the basic soft skill that is required in every each and every section, right? So therefore, it is also very important aspect of employability skills, right? So there are basic questions that I would want to ask you. Are you able to communicate freely with everyone around? Right? These are rhetorical questions. You do not to answer me right away. It's just think, right? Are you able to communicate freely with everyone who is around you? Do you have complaints that people do not understand you? Do you need to correct or justify your stand very often? Right? Are, are these the problems that we face? If yes, then do not worry. It will all start with a simple hello, right? If we have these troubles, it's just as basic as to initiate the communication and learn the art of persuasion, right? Persuasion of speaking, right? Persuasion of communicating, persuasion of getting the nerves of people. How do we do that? Right. First, understand. Hopefully, you are already aware that communication is a two-way process, right? It is a bi-directional process. It's not just about speaking. If we have this myth in our mind that communication is just speaking, right? That is why the second question was asked. Do you often have this complaint that people don't get you, people don't understand you? Or it might be possible that you are understanding the question altogether in a different sense, right? So the basic is it's a bidirectional process, therefore it engages the speaker as well as the listener, right? Now the communication that we make, right, will come from both the end. One will be the speaker's field of experience and the other will be the listener's field of experience. What we are going to target over here is this, right? What the speaker's field of experience and listener's field of experience together will help you. If you understand this, it will help you to learn the art of persuasion. Have to begin with the art of persuasion. The process is very simple, right? Our process is the three-way process. First, understand the logos, then have an impact with an ethos, and then appeal to the pathos, right? First is logos. What do we understand of logos? Logos is basic facts and logic that we apply in any communication that we make. Okay, mind well, if you have a good command over this, right, you will be able to get the key where people will listen to you very carefully. And it's not just about listening to you carefully, it's about making an impact with the communication that you want, right? You might have observed people that they always have a way of making their things done. They always have a way of doing their work in a particular pattern. And they will always have a way where if whatever they want, they will make people do the things that they require. So how do they get this? How do we get this? The way that will be some way or the other leading towards the road of our success, right? So these is the three things that we are going to keep in mind. First is logos, right? What is logos? If I give you example of logos, right, it is this. You might you might tell several people to get vaccinated, right? A picture is worth 1,000 words. We have already always heard about it, right? If they do not understand the impact of the facts that are there, right? आप simply किसी को बोलो कि भाई जाके यार वैक्सीन लगवा लेना, right? They are not going to listen to you very easily. But if you show them this picture, if you give them the actual data and facts that those people who have taken vaccine, are less impacted by the virus than those who have taken the those who have not taken the vaccine are impacted more, and those who have taken the vaccine are impacted less, right? With this, so if you give them the statistics, if you give them the facts, if you share the details, right, this might help people to understand better, and the aim of you motivating people to get vaccine for covid will be fulfilled better. So the point is logos will always be substantiated. It is a key that you will employ in your communication, the key of putting into facts, the key of putting into substantiated proofs that will help you to make your point more validated. Okay, first is logos. Then if we want example of ethos, right, it is about reputed brands, right? So if I tell you why to learn communication, you might feel communication, communication, everyone knows communication, right? But not necessarily, right? If you see the statistics that is given by highly reputed companies and organization, you will understand that they have various complaints about their employees not having good communication skills, right? So over here, symbiosis says that communication has become integral part of different still structures of all the organization, right? Coming out, these are the inverted comma quotes coming out from symbiosis. If I say that this is why communication is more important, then you know, right? Even take simplest example of covid as well, right? How are you going to learn, if how many of you believe on the messages that come on whatsapp, right? How many believe on the whatsapp university passing on any messages, and the messages that are actually passed by who, right, world health organization? You are simply going to believe more on the facts and messages that will be passed by who rather on having read forwards on whatsapp university, right? Why? Because the brand, because the title itself, right, speaks for for and for the content that is there, right? So that is why ethos is important. Reputation that your brand has is important. And last and finally is pathos, right? Pathos is again appeal to the emotion of the audience, right? Simple example over here is for the adoption of dogs, right? Why should we adopt dogs and why buy pedigree? The main important ad over here is of the pedigree rather than dogs adoption, right? Over here a dog is being caged, and why? Because if you buy one packet of pedigree, it will help a dog to be adopted by somebody, and the person will also be given a charge to feed these stray dogs, right? So why buy a packet of pedigree? Because now it is appealing, right? You help us and we are going to help the uh, dog, we are going to help an animal who is not unable to speak, so we are indirectly putting hand on the nerves of emotions of people, right? So these are the things that you are going to keep in mind while you want to pursue people to do things that you require, especially just by your communication. So these are the three things that you will employ, right? One is ethos, then other is logos, and last is pathos. Okay, after that we are going to go for conventional understanding conventional seven c's. But before understanding conventional seven C's, I want you to understand what is business communication, right? General communication, we all know that yes, it is bidirectional. Yes, it starts with a sender having an idea or a thought in their mind, and how do the sender, tries and encodes that thought into words through his own field of experience. He passes through, passes that message, that encoded message, through a channel, via a channel, to the receiver. Receiver is the listener who will try and decode that same message, and he will try and understand it, and he will give again the feedback. This is the whole communication cycle, right? But before understanding this conventional seven C's, we are going to understand what is business communication. So please try and get a hand over this, right? What do we understand of business communication? Until and unless we do not understand this business communication, we will not be able to understand why do we require those seven C's, right? Business communication is communication that exists between different members of an organization. If we speak of the members of an organization, that could be both the members, right? Internal as well as the external. Internal, with different designations, starting from the very head, the superiors, then director ho, registrar ho, koi bhi ho, these are the superiors. Then there are the heads, then there are the other people who are at the same level, right? Faculties ho ya koi bhi. And then there are, you have a particular set hierarchy. Those are the internal members of an organization, right? And then we have another external members. So when we say communication between members of an organization, we will not have this orthodox idea of कि जो लोग organization में है only internal members. When we talk about any organization, right, interview again, uh, you know for any being getting employable, right, you will always have to face an interview. Interview is again a type of an external organizational communication, right? Before you become the part of an organization, you will have to give an interview as an external member who wants to join with an organization, right? So then again is a part of an external communication, right? So that you will have to understand that what is business communication and who are the members of organization. Business communication will always have this. Why we are understanding business communication is, before going back to the conventional seven C's, those are the magical seven C's that will help you again. Same like logos, ethos, and pathos, right? It is very easy to understand okay, what is logos. It is very easy to understand what is pathos. It will, once I say all the seven C's in front of you, once I lay out the tables, it will be very easy for you people to understand it. कि हाँ, these are the seven C's, but it is difficult to implement them while we are communicating with one another, right? So that is why it is understand to go and dig this ground of basic business communication. The approach of business communication will always be formal and direct, right? The aim of business communication will always be to achieve a specific goal, or there is something called as mission and vision that each company has. So this business communication will always be directed towards that mission and vision that the organization has for itself. So approach, whatever we are going to communicate within the members or with external members, the approach of business communication has to be always formal, and it has to be direct. घुमा फिरा के बातें नहीं करना है. We will avoid that part, right? It is systematic, structured, logical, and thematic. What do I mean by this? Yes, we will not, as I have already stated, right, that the members that are there within the organization, there will be a level of hierarchy that people will follow. Each organization has different levels and different charts that they have, right, of the hierarchies. Who is the topmost person, who will come after that, and so on and so forth, right? So the point is that this hierarchy has to be followed. It has to be that systematic, it has to be that structured. So if you have any issue, right, you directly, most of the time it happens, right, that people, we have good communication skills, we are good when communicating with each and everyone around, right? Even the topmost person who is there in the hierarchy, is down to earth person, and he is ready to communicate with us, right, at the lower level. skipping the people who are there in the hierarchy in between, right? So might be possible that you might, get a chance to talk to the topmost person of the institution or organization. What are you going to talk? What information do you pass on to that person, right? How that information can be used, can be again misused by the same authority. You do not know what he has understood of what you were trying to say, right? Can And if any actions are taken from the communication that took place between you two, it could be very harmful, right? Firstly, to your own reputation. Secondly, to your own designation. Thirdly, to the people whom you have talked about, right? About the people. So the point is that there would be various repercussions of this. So please and always understand that any communication that you make in an organization, it has to be very systematic, very structured, logical, and it must be targeted only to the specific goals and desires that we want, right? Mm, Without, skipping any place of hierarchy. Most of the companies and institutions, especially MNCs, are trying to take, ideal flow of communication, but usually we do not have. From smaller companies, if we talk about, the flow of communication will always be passed through certain hierarchies. So please keep that in mind and communicate accordingly, right? General कोई भी communication हो, उसका purpose will always be to share our thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, right? But when we are talking about business communication, how it is different than general communication? It will, first, the purpose could be to update your roles, responsibilities, to prepare you for certain tasks, for presentations, right? To ensure that the work that is given to you is done perfectly or not, to strategize new techniques that will help you to achieve the desired goals of the company, to achieve the desired vision and mission of the particular company or organization, right? The goal of the business communication could also be to outline, uh, certain roles, responsibilities, duties, to outline certain structures, to outline, various things. So it could also be to again motivate you. It could also be to rectify the mistakes or errors that you have made in your work. So purpose could be any. The mode of communication is different. Why is business communication important to learn? Because first and foremost, only with a good communication you will be, able to make that healthy place and space for yourself in any organization. It will help you to understand the objective of work that you are doing, right? कोई भी business communication, if it's clear, right, the work that you are doing, you will know the objective of that work and you will work accordingly to have the maximum, what do you say, result of it. Okay, it will lessen the chances of errors as well, help to work to be done in a better speed, accuracy and with clarity, right? जो भी काम है, right, it will not be delayed again and again. If you know the objective, you will do accordingly. If you do not know, you will do certain work according to you, and then there will be another person who will say, no, I don't want this, I want this also to be employed. Then you will do that, and the other person will say, I want this also to be employed. So it will consume more time, right? With objective of the work being clear, business communication may, right, if people lack in giving you the objective of the work, always ask for it. Okay, if you are doing certain work for an organization, right, always see to it that why are we doing this work. If you know the objective, then your work will be done with a maximum speed, with great clarity and best accuracy. Okay, it helps build healthy work environment for all of the people who are working in an organization, right? It also helps you to build good relationship between the members of an organization, and it is very necessary, because what happens is we spend more time, with the organization that we are working. So the point is, more time than we spend at home. So if we do not have good relationship with people around in a, workplace, it happens so that, we might, you know fumble, we might not be able to speak, and some way or the other, eventually, at the last, it will lead to, frustration. It will affect your work, and secondly, it will affect everything. So the point is that better to have have a good and healthy relationship with organization members that are there. And what is the key to it? The key to it is always good communication, right? So therefore business communication is also very important. It helps gain work satisfaction and build good morale, right? Improves public relationship. It will build a kind of a mutual trust among you and the people whom you are working with. Okay, it will build again good reputation. If you are good in business communication, right, people will come to you, people will talk to you regarding their problems. You will be able to get help of people while you are into trouble, right? So the point is always try and make that good place and healthy reputation amongst the workplace members. And ये सब हो सकता है only with good business communication, internal business communication that takes place within the organization. Certain messages, notices, roles and responsibilities will pass only in the internal business communication. For external business communication, the the communication that takes place, right, could be of various purposes. It could be for hiring the employee, it could be with dealing with the customers, it could be negotiating with customers and employees, interacting with government, interacting with investors and partners. These are all external members of organization. Each and every organization will have these people, and the point is you might at some point or the other you know would be required to make a communication with them. So the point is you will have to pay attention and focus to each and every thing, right? Interpersonal communication is again a type of business communication. This are the groups of communication that we keep on the sides. This is more of a theory, right? But we need to understand interpersonal targeted only to few people in an organization, right? Just meetings could happen only between the different team leaders of a particular organization or sector, so to say, right? Or if we are working in an institution, it could be only between the heads or the official staffs, right? And not including each and every member that is there in an institution. So that group communication between again a larger number of group, right, aimed to pass it to a larger number of crowd. For example, seminars or conferences, so each and every company organization will have this kinds of communication, right? So during that time as well, you need to understand, okay, what is the motive, what is the purpose of this communication, and communicate accordingly. Then there will be public communication, general communication, that is passed to each and every member, be it internal, be it external. जैसे कि well wishing on Diwali, or wishing you good health during this pandemic situation. These kinds of messages are common to each and every one in an organization, and then it could be passed to each and every one. Certain notices are also example of the public communication that a company takes. What is rather more important to understand is this: the flow of business communication, starting with the upward flow of communication. जो higher authority है, right, towards the एम्प्लॉय टुवर्ड्स द हायर अथॉरिटी. कोई भी बात अगर नीचे से ऊपर जा रही है, फ्रॉम द लोअर लेवल टू द अपर लेवल of an organization, it will be upward flow of communication that we need to understand. Mostly नीचे से ऊपर क्या जाएगा? It will be feedbacks, right? Feedbacks, grievances, अगर हो तो reports, your daily time sheets वगैरह are the part of communication that goes from the lower end to the upper end. Certain communications that will go from the upper end to the lower end, right, from the head towards the down employees, right? It could be again roles, responsibilities, it could be appraisal, it could be criticism, right, based on what you have performed, any task or reports or whatever. So these are the aspects that will come in the uh, downward flow of communication. And then there is the horizontal or lateral flow of communication, communication taking place at the same level. You talking to your colleague, right, is then horizontal or lateral flow of communication. Head talking a superior person, right, supervisor who is at the higher authority, right, talking to another supervisor at the higher authority, a head talking to a different head, right? So that could be again a part, an example of the lateral flow of communication. Downward and upward flow together makes vertical communication. This is the horizontal communication. Mostly companies have this hierarchy, they follow this strict hierarchy, and the communication kind of the flow of communication will always be this, right? and those who do not follow strict hierarchies. And mostly this is the most ideal flow of communication that is required, right? जिसको भी जिसके भी साथ काम है, the company will allow you to freely talk to each and everybody and each and every department of the organization, right? This kind of communication is known as diagonal flow of communication. So if a production wants to talk with the finance, if the purchase wants to talk with the personnel, if the sales wants to talk with the administration, any each and everybody is allowed to talk to everybody. Each and every department is allowed to talk to different departments. So it will cut, cut across the levels and of hierarchy that are there, that we have seen in the other flows of communication. This is the most ideal flow of communication, and this nowadays is appreciated by most of the MNCs. And we also find that those companies who are improving, who are developing, they might also adopt this, right? But still we mostly have the hierarchical flow of communication that is followed everywhere. Last and final is the grapevine flow of communication. Why is it important to understand this? Right? The most important thing that no organization, no institution, no company is, excluded of having this kind of communication that is known as grapevine flow of communication. Okay. This kind of communication is also very well, what do you say, has good repercussion, has good impact on the reputation. It has a major influence over the employees that are working within the organization, and nobody can be excluded from that cycle. You will somewhere or the other be a part of this grapevine communication. What is grapevine communication? It is the unofficial, informal channel, right? One of the, what do we say, an unofficial group where you will have and you will receive certain information regarding the organization that you work for. Grapevine communication is will work through informal channels, right? कुछ आपको लिखा हुआ मिले या कुछ आपको verbally मिले, right? Any message that comes to you verbally regarding the organization, will you pay attention to that? That is the major question, right? As far as business communication is concerned, always focus on the messages, the mails that come via, superiors to you personally. Until and unless you will receive multiple, messages about the company, about the organization, you will have to try and ignore those communications. Why? Because again, grapevine flow is also known as rumor mill. It's very interesting why it is known as grapevine flow of communication, right? Why not orange? Why not watermelon? Why not some other fruit? Because like a bunch of grapes, right? If you try and pull each grape from a single bunch, right, each of them will taste differently. You will find people who will always similarly, people also in an organization is a bunch of the grape, right? And people, different grapes in that bunch will be different people, different department. And with that, each individual will have different nature, right? So if you try and pluck a grape, right, it might start, bitter. Some might be sour, and some might taste, very sweet as well. So the point is, similarly in an organization, you will find people that are, always complaining, that are always crying about something or the others. And there will be people who will be, more of a, what do you say, always, no matter what step does the organization take, no matter, it's good or bad, they will always speak for the organization. Arey yaar, this organization is great, I am very thankful of this organization. It is very necessary to criticize in the sense to analyze, right? Criticism can be good, criticism can be bad. It is for us. We need to analyze what the organization is doing, what steps are they taking, is it for betterment of the employees or it is not, right? If it is working towards the mission and vision of a particular organization or a company, right? Point is that is that step harmful to you per se individually or your department? If yes, then you need to make certain moves very quickly. So these are the things that are there and that you need to keep in mind, right? You will have different people in an organization, not to listen to each and every one, not to listen to those who are always crying, "Ki, "Arey yaar, this this organization, I don't know," and yet they will be working over there only, right? There's a very nice phrase in Hindi, जिस थाली में से खाना है उसी थाली में छेद करना है, right? So similarly, there will be people who will always speak ill about the organization. You will not go according to what people say. You will have your own analysis of each and everything that is there. So grapevine communication is this informal flow, the communication that takes place between, we do not know from where this communication is originating from. We do not know where it will go and end, right? It's like playing Chinese whisper. Have you heard of Chinese whisper? Are you class with me?
Yes.
Have you heard of Chinese whisper game?
Yes, where we whisper each other's a particular word, and at the end, it turns out something else.
Yeah, thank you very much. So yes, that is what Chinese whisper is, right? So grapevine communication is also having the similar nature, right, of the Chinese whisper, that you start the communication with something and at the end it will, always have certain addition of people, their own opinion, their judgments, their own spices, and everything will be combined and come out to be very different at the very end. So never believe on the things that you listen in an organization verbally, right? Once you know this, let's focus on something that is much important, of much importance, this conventional 7 C's, right? If you have known about the grapevine communication, if you have known about the communications and different flow of communication, you always need to make sure that any communication that goes via you, that goes through you, that initiates through you, right, must not lack this conventional 7 C's. People usually say, we all know these 7 C's. What are the 7 C's? Hopefully, the screen is visible to you all, right? What are the 7 C's? The words are very simple. These words are self explanatory. Why this is known as 7 C's? Because if you have noticed, each word starts with the alphabet C, right? So these are the 7 C's. First is the correct, second is the complete, third is the concrete, fourth concise, fifth consideration, sixth courteous, and seventh very clear, right? If you have the 7 C's with you, right, you will be far aloof from grapevine communication. You will always be respected. जो भी whatever we have, why we have learned importance of business communication is, if you want to have that impact on you, right, if you want to have good what do we say, relationship with other members in an organization, if you want to have good reputation, if you want to be very sure, right? Look at the questions that I have asked you earlier during the start of the class, right? That do you have this trouble that people keep asking you, "Arey, what do you mean? Can you please repeat?" Or you might think that people are not getting you correctly, right? If you focus with logos, ethos, pathos, right? If you focus and employ the 7 C's into your communication, then your communication will be very much perfect, right? So, what is correctness? What is completeness? What is concreteness? Correctness, again, there is a huge file. I will try and share the file with you people if you require it, right? But this is the document of 7 C's, right? All of the 7 C's, first and foremost is the completeness, right? Complete message to be forwarded. People have this tendency कि कुछ supposedly I asked one situation before you came over here and or you were added in the classroom, Upasha. I asked that question to Kani, stating that would you please list down certain details that you will add in the mail if you want to have a certain emergency leave, right? If you are going to draft a mail for an emergency leave to the employer of your organization, what will be the list of information that you will add in that, right? First and foremost, this is the activity that I usually ask. If you want to answer, you people can answer. Would you want to? If we discuss
Uh,
with an example, it would be great.
can you convey the question again?
Yeah, sure. let me do one thing. I'll just post the question again in the chat box, right? So that you can read and answer it efficiently. Consider you are seeking emergency leave from the work and you are going to draft the mail of the same to the employer. List the information that you would add in this particular mail. What would be, I don't want you to draft an actual mail over here, right? We don't want any extra adjectives, yeah, statements, so to say. Just the important things that you will add to this list. What will you, what is the most important thing to be
Um,
mentioned?
the first thing is the day that I would not be able to attend a class.
Yes, very good. First is the day, then
Then, secondly, the reason that I won't be able to attend a class.
yes, second is the reason. Third,
And third is the permission, or
okay, okay,
whether it
so the
would be
tone,
okay to not attend the class, or whether it would be possible to schedule the class on another day.
yes, very good. So majorly these three. Anything else that you would want to add? Complete list of information would start with you, from which department or from which class or course, right? Then
Yes.
second, these are the very minor details, right, that we choose to miss. So your identification is very much necessary. You never know, the higher authority might have multiple people with the same, might know multiple people with the same name in working in different levels of organization, right? So the point is making clear who are you and what is your identity is very much necessary, right? Then yes, definitely subject. What do you want the tone? So if you are asking as an request, so you need to put that tone over there, right? If you are asking and permission, so that would be the subject, right? Permission for extension of so and so work, or permission for emergency leave over here as a topic. So that is the subject. Third is definitely the reason why do you want this emergency leave. Fourth will be the date, time clearly mention that you will not be there at this particular time. But third and fourth and most important thing would be when will you be able to come back, join back. So if you are asking for emergency leave, do you make an assurance to the organization when will you return? And if yes, then state that very clearly. So that is again making your message very complete, that you are not here, who you are, what is the subject, what is the reason for that particular thing, and if you are leaving, when will you be joining back. This will make your whole message complete, right? Mostly people think that it would be more than enough to just mention the reason. Most important thing is reason. Yes, it is understood. We always tend to, what do? We tend to ignore the minor details, but understand that each and every minor detail is very much necessary in business organization, right? So no matter, you know that this is a personal mail that you are doing to your head, and your head knows that there is only one upasha in the whole department, but yet you need to mention your designation, you need to mention your details over there in written communication. That is why it is known as conventional seven C's, but again it's very effective, never leaves a chance of misunderstanding. Okay, and it speaks a lot about your professionality. Okay, so first and foremost is completeness. Completeness develops and enhances reputation. If you are making a communication with an external member, again development enhances the reputation of an organization. Moreover, it is very cost saving, right? You speak something, two words, three words, and you give out all the reasons that are there, right? It is not going to charge you any extra. Again, complete communication always give additional information. A complete communication helps in better decision making, right? Very much necessary. अगर the person would never know, right, why you are taking that leave and when will you join back, right? The point is the person will always fumble, the head will always fumble, कि अरे यार emergency level के चल तो गए, but this is an important work that needs to be completed within this time period. So should I allot this work to somebody else or should I wait for that person to come back? So then you do not leave any question for the higher authority as well. If your message is complete, then you will get, the work that you want other person to be done for yourself, right? So that is why complete communication is very much necessary. You might feel that this is not important, but this could be important for somebody else. So always try and mention all the details that are there necessary. Okay, it helps to pursue the audience over your the authority. Conciseness is again one of the seven C's, right? अरे complete लिखी कि concise लिखे, do you feel that they are contradictory to one another? कंसाइज का मतलब है टू द पॉइंट लिखो, कंप्लीट का मतलब है कि सारी चीजें लिखो. डू यू फील दैट दे आर कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी टू वन अनदर?
Mm, may- Maybe what's by concise means we should not write, um, you know, it's not like letter writing or something. It's like an application kind of thing. So unnecessary
Yes.
things must be avoided, but also it should be informative as well.
Yes. So very good. Yes, they are not contradictory to one another, and you have analyzed this very perfectly, right? Any communication that you make, please understand that business communication you will have to succumb your emotions. So I am so and so. Forget I, forget you, right? You just state what the work is to be done and how that work is needed to be done. Or if the work is done, you just say that this particular work is done and these are the following objectives that I have, that you have kept in mind while doing that particular work, right? You need not to be very expressive about, I have taken this idea and make a whole story out of one particular thing. That is to be strictly avoided. When we talk about business communication, it has to be complete, but and yet it has to be concise as well, right? So conciseness is not a contradictory point, rather it is a complementary to what completeness is. Okay, so they always go hand in hand. You will give all the information that is required, but in minimum words. You will have to try and make sure that you do not, unnecessarily add certain details. There are too many things that we need to understand in communication. Might be, you might feel that this is more of a theoretical question, but let's see. Tomorrow we will throughoutly try and implement all these ideas of business communication that we have learned into certain practical questions. जैसे आज एक एग्जांपल पूछा है, simply tomorrow you will be given different list of questions and you will be given different situation. You will have to make a good choice for your own self, which how will you try and employ this communication, implement these ideas of communication that you have learned today, right? So first is completeness, second is conciseness. उसके साथ just make notes of this, right? If you want, I will also share the same with you. Consideration again is stepping into other person's shoes, right? Understanding that people come from different background, each one is entitled to their own opinion, might have different viewpoints, right? Each one has different mindset, education level. So we will not try and put some another person down, right? There is this crab mentality that exists in every organization. If you yourself cannot go upwards, what you will do is you will pull another person down. So we, as an individual, we are not going to do that, right? We have learned business communication, we have learned good communication for employability skills, right? And this is one of the thing that you will always keep in mind. You will be considerate towards other person, right? No matter what is your designation, could be your same colleague at the same level that you might have to share this consideration, or could be for an lower, what do you call, somebody at the lower pedestal in the organization, right? You might be at a position, at a designation that is much higher. So never forget that these are the differences that we always have to recognize while making the communication, right? So it does not seems that this person is too harsh, Yes, it is an organization. Yes, the communication has to be very professional, but at the same time, we will not be inhuman, right? We will have to be modest enough to recognize another person's existence and the differences that lies between us. We will not use them to derogate somebody, but we will rather use them to understand their point of view and perspective, right, to get the work done. The main objective and goal is business communication का जो हमने देखा था, right, to achieve the desired goal. You are making a communication because you have a general agenda with that particular person. Try and move your intention towards achieving that agenda rather than putting out pinpoints and fingers onto कि यार ये कैसा है, ये कैसी है, right, instead of looking into their faults, okay, this person does not even know how to speak. I see, we will not try and derogate anybody. We will not try just because of somebody's opinion point of view. All we are going to focus on is our agenda, our goal that we have. So always be considerate, right? Look into things that shows the possibility rather than the impossibilities, right? So try and focus on the positive aspects of everything. That is known as consideration, right? Every communication must have that clarity, right? Clarity. If it's a request, if you are taking an emergency leave, you cannot say, right, if without consideration, kindly please consider my emergency leave की जगह पे I am putting an emergency leave ऐसे करके you cannot order somebody, right? That is known as consideration. Always use that considerate language, and the message that you pass also has to be very clear in the intentions that you have, in the whatever you want things to be done, right? The clarity has to be there, the goals, the objectives, the aims has to be there, right? So over here in leave application, we might not have that aim and objective. Yes, there is one single aim that you want and leave, and that is really, and that will be clearly mentioned in one single line, right? But rather than that, communications that usually take place in an organization, right, कोई भी आपके पास से काम करवा रहे हो या यू आर आस्किंग अदर्स टू डू सर्टेन वर्क फॉर यू, you will always have this clarity in the message that you want, right? So it always makes understanding easier. It will help people to enhance their ideas in the direction of your aim and objective, right? And therefore the message will always be very exact, appropriate, and concrete in the words. So these are the things that we are going to keep in mind. Another three is concreteness. Concreteness implies to not being a message that is generally, always there in the air. You start the communication from anywhere without explaining the importance, without explaining why are we doing this, without explaining what is the use of this communication, right? So किसी के भी साथ we are not going to start a fuzzy and general talk. We are going, whenever we are making a business communication, whenever we are communicating within an organization, there will always be a goal, right? That will be designed under it. So the point is that we will always make use of the concrete words. We will always speak with appropriate substantiations with proofs. uh, जो हम लोगों ने ऊपर देखा, right, in ethos is talking about the references, the facts that are there, right? Logos, facts that are there, that will make your whatever your communication more concrete, whatever you are speaking more substantiated, whatever you are stating more valid, right? So concreteness is again one of the irreplaceable aspect of seven C's and any business communication, right? You cannot simply give out numbers, or you cannot simply ask for numbers without explaining what are these numbers and why do you want them, or why are you emphasizing on those numbers, right? Just an example so that you know. Concreteness will always try and give a substantiated explanation of everything. That is concreteness. Again, courtesy is similar to consideration. It will come into the attributes and behavior of the communicator, right? The point is, the message that implies the sender's expression, great will, respect towards others, is known as courteous communication. So always try and make a courteous communication within an organization. It will always be appreciated. It will never be misunderstood, and you will always, have that good image. You will always build that good relationship and rapport with the people within an organization. So courteous communication is again a key to the successful communication, right? And last is the correctness. कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन हो, राइट, देर आर द सिली मिस्टेक्स दैट वी मेक, कि कोई डेट दिया है, कोई डे दिया है, and the day and the date do not match with one another in the same message. You are supposed to create a poster for some event, right? And then you miss on to giving the important logo of the organization itself, right? Or you miss on to giving different link, right? Link is embedded in the poster, but that link is, supposedly the link of a different event altogether. So do not get confused, do not fumble by sharing these minor details, right? It has to be very necessary, that it could be smallest thing, but it has to be correct, right? Even while you are sharing the numbers, right, one single digit can make a huge difference. So point is, you will always check the message before you send to another person twice, that there are no such minor errors in the communication that you make, right? If you focus onto this, and if you emphasize and put these things into the communication, right, the 7 C's: consideration, clarity, conciseness, completeness, correctness, courtesy, right, then you are good to go. So will you be able to employ the 7 C's? Are the 7 C's clear enough? These and this, right? Logos, ethos, and pathos. These three circle that we have done today is going to help you to make your communication perfect. It's just that we are all aware of it some way or the other. It's just that we have not known this major, what do you say, vocabularies. And even if we have known this, we have some way or the other not been able to employ it in the communication that we make. Tomorrow's exercise, I just try and be very clear over here, right? For tomorrow's exercise, I will require you people to make use of the device that has working microphone. Least that is required is that your mic should be working, right? Because tomorrow we are going to talk about communication. There is public speaking that is involved in communication. वहाँ पे भी you are going to employ these logos, ethos, and pathos, right? Uh, Somewhere I'll give you examples of those as well. Tomorrow you are going to deal with various kinds of situation that will help you to implement whatever you have learned in today's lecture. Only then we will be able to know that whether you have gotten the command of the communication now or not. Okay, so be ready. Please be present tomorrow and with a device that has working microphone. Okay.
Okay.
Hope today's class was helpful to you all.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
yes, it was nice.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow, right? At the same time, 7 to 8, and we will have to perform certain activities that will increase not only your self confidence, but you yourself will know that yes, you are an excellent communicator, right? An excellent listener. Chalo.
Thank you.
Thank